Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why they say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
What is going on, fam? Welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Nightcap. Bitcoin setting another all-time high. Here we go, up over $107,000. Let's go. And it hit a very key level that we actually looked at about a week ago on the charts. We're like, hey, where are some areas it could go? And it wicked pretty much right off of an area that we looked at on a fib extension. So we'll take another look at that when we get over to the charts here and do some TA for the day. But that being said, we do have a lot of news to talk about. We have a lot of things coming up on the economic calendar that you guys need to be tracking on because it is going to create some volatility in the market. But don't you worry, we will cover that today too. And last but not least, I got to bring up my man, the co-host, the man, the myth, the legend, Detroit's own, my dude, F.D. White. Let's go. Oh, yeah. Let's go.
I'm a little sick today, man, so bear with me, man. I know I sound a little congested. Might cough up a few brown things as we going with the live, but bear with me.
My man, I feel like I got you sick through the microphone or something. I'm sorry. My bad.
Sorry.
My bad. Yeah, that was me last week, dude. I'm still getting over it, man. There's still like some congestion and stuff. Holy moly, I'm like looking at myself on the screen right now. I'm pale. I need to get out. All right.
Me too, yeah, I need to get out too, man.
Oh man, you got the natural shade, man. It's unfair. So what's up with you, man? How's the day going? Any good trades, family life? What's up?
Oh man, I've been asleep. I just woke up. I set my alarm, man. I powered through a little update video over on my channel, but for the most part, man, I really couldn't get through a lot of the videos that I wanted to make. So hopefully I can make them this week. Still got time. They're pretty much for 2025. No trades today. I was gonna take. Oh, I'm so upset. I was looking at an Ondo trade yesterday at $1.85, and I didn't take it. And I was kind of sick. Woke up, seen the news that I think Trump's company or whatever he's affiliated with bought Ondo, and it shot up, man. So I missed that one. So I've
Yeah.
been relaxing.
It happens though, man. You gotta take care of yourself first. It's understandable. Yeah, I got trapped in a short today, and I was like, I watched my Christmas go away and come back all in one day. It was wild. Ended up being up like $21. So it's it was. Yeah, it was. I was looking at it a couple times. I was thinking about just being like, you know what? I'm just gonna close this. I'm just gonna cut my losses. But I stuck with it today, and thankfully, it did come back down to pretty much where I started. So
I did lose an XLM trade last night. I lost $30. I was trying to make 400. Look, the market didn't look right, so I just exited out, marketed out, and then it proceeded to drop another 2 cents, which would have probably liquidated me. So luckily, I got out of there. So
yeah,
we'll start another round of trades.
I got a little risky. I got up, like, there was some resistance, something that we had looked at before, and I saw RSI trending down, and I was like, all right, MACD's crossing, and I was like, couple hits in the same area of resistance. And I was like, you know what? I was like, let me take a quick little play here, you know, just for funsies. And then it just went, and I was like, oh no. I was like, oh no, this could be bad. But came down. All good. So ended up winning the day. I'll take that. So let's get over to the chat here. Say what's up to everyone. Sorry, I'm still a little bit sick myself. Let me go ahead and switch it over to live so I don't miss any of you guys. And let's go to the top. All right. I don't know if it actually went to the top though. But we'll start with Jesse. What's up, brother? He said party time. How you doing? D.O.G.E's in the house. Wick's wife fine 8 and 9. How you doing? Alexander G, the best mod around. How you doing, lady? Let's see who else. We got Harps in the house. What's up, brother? How are you? And FD, of course. And let's see who else has. I'm getting text messages here. And scrolling down. J Violet with a hey. Hello. How are you? Buck, he said LFG. Evening, everybody. What's up, dude? That's my dude, my Marine. What's up? Mike Play, he said, sup, fam? What's up, dude? How are you? Let's see. Scrolling down here. In and Out Crypto, my dude. Hey, if you ain't got it, y'all need to go over and check out the swag at inandoutcrypto.com. You can actually go down below in the links and get yourself a little bit of a discount. He's got some nice swag over there, man. Rocco's my dude, man. Good peeps. All right, let's see here. Scrolling down. Museum of Corruption. What is up, my dude? Retro Mike Tech. Risky is my new first name. You know it. All right, I think I got everybody. If I didn't, give me a shout out in the chat. And Harp, he said, you guys with kids, always sick. Yes, they are a walking virus. You are not wrong. Like,
you know what? My kids don't get sick like that. It's me. It's me. My kids they're
the carriers, huh? They're just the carriers.
I think it's the gym, man. It's the gym, and
Okay.
people not washing their hands at the gym, man. Really, and then don't get me started on the gym.
Yeah, that's fair. You rocking some new headphones? I feel like I haven't seen those before.
Oh no, these the old ones.
Yeah.
I just pulled them out.
Okay. All right. It was standing out. What's up, man? Yeah.
Hello.
What's up?
He's a stock bro. He's not in crypto yet. He's a stock bro.
Okay. Fair enough.
Market.
Put me in my place. All right. Cool. Well, y'all know what time it is. We're going to go ahead and get the first segment going. It is that time. So go ahead, put some suggestions down in the chat here, and we're going to bring up our daily. Here we go. Oh, man. This looks like it is out of whack here. I think I can fix it, though. Boom. There it is. All right. I had the chat. Might be some carryover when I get over to the TA. I'll have to fix that as well. But all right, let's do this. Scroll down here. Let's see what you got. I see ALGO in there. All right. From I Am Charles Bay. All right, let's do it, man. Let's look at ALGO. I haven't looked at ALGO in a minute. I'm going to be honest with you. So just so you guys know, if you are new here, it's minimal TA, okay? So when you're suggesting one of these, these projects or coins or tokens or whatever, we're just going to look at it real quick, and we're going to kind of go on a whim here, all right? We're not going to get too tied around the TA. Looking at this, though, it looks like, man, is definitely in a downtrend. There's no denying that. It's under the VWAP. It's under all the moving averages. On the 5 minute, it's not looking great, but there's hope. You do see a couple areas of horizontal support. Let's zoom out real quick. We'll go to 4 hour just to take a look-see at that, see if anything else can hold it up. Man, that's tough. Let's see here. FD, can you see what the votes are right now? I don't have that up actually.
Let me see. Mine is not showing up. Let me see if I go out and come back in.
Let me. I can pull it up. I think. All good. All good. Let me see where we're at vote wise. And pulling it up. 82% long. All right.
Yeah, voted long too.
Goodness gracious, y'all are just crazy bullish all the time. All right. Let me pull that to the side here and get rid of that. All right. So looking at ALGO, you guys are calling 82% long. I mean, I can't even fight with that. I would say I'm not a huge fan of a long position here, being under all the moving averages. I mean, even on the 4 hour, you're under the moving averages. Hourly, same. 15 minute, same. 5 minute, same.
TradeFly.
Yeah.
Which moving averages are you using for your small time frames? Is that the 21?
So it's a 21, 50, and 200.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what I have up, but I mean it's under VWAP also. I got that up as well. It's under everything. So VWAP, I'm a real big fan of when you're scalping. What I like to look for when I'm scalping is markets or some kind of structure, but I want it to be like I only take long positions over VWAP and I only take short positions under VWAP. I'll never do vice versa. It's just asking for trouble. But then I'll look for some kind of structure. So when I'm saying structure, like I'm looking for, okay, let's get under VWAP, which I think is the blue. It should be the blue here. I might have two blues going on. But anyways, I'm just gonna explain it because I'm not sure they're both blue right now. So, but you want to be under, and then what you want to see is like it start coming back up. And once it start coming back up and you find a point where you're gonna get a rejection or some resistance, then you look for an opportunity to take a short. All right, but you want to be underneath of that VWAP. So it's a personal thing. That I like. I think that actually just popped up there. So there's the actual VWAP. It was just slow to load. What's up?
So with the VWAP, because I use VWAP on sometimes with longer time frames. When it comes to scalping, do you find that this is in confluence with just a resistance or a support level, or is it making its own type of support resistance?
I would say its own. So basically, one of the strategies I used to use, and I'll just go ahead and talk through that, is on the minute time frame, which is crazy, right? Let's go. Might as well do it. Let's just look at it. Nope, that's not the one I want. All right, there it is. Go to a minute. We can talk through it. Oh, good. Let me turn the moving averages off because that just creates confusion for me. There we go. All right, so one of the strategies that I used to use, and I was using this when I was doing Trading Wars, because I was like, I didn't really have a true scalping strategy because I wasn't a scalper. I was a swing trader doing a show that was pretty much scalping. So you're looking for something like this, but you got to be on high Kanashi. So let me explain this because there it is. There's a setup right here. So you're looking high Kanashi. You want 3 bars in a row that are flat bottoms. All right, so flat. Good. All right, next one, red, enter. And then you're looking for the next close green, and that's it. Like it's literally that simple, but you have to be underneath of VWAP. So that would be your short. All right, so yeah, so there it is. Green, flat bottoms, cool. There you go. You got a little doji there, and then boom, we're coming down, right? Or spinning top with it. Yeah. So that just shows you indecision. So that's actually perfect. So there you go. You would enter there, and then you would look for a short down to the next one. So it's small moves, but we were playing, with like 10K high leverage. So you don't need much, right? So that was one of the things I was actually using during the show. I didn't really talk too much about it. Let's see. Just go back and see. Yeah, VWAP is really slow on Blowfin for some reason. Not really sure why. But anyways, that's a very simple strategy you can look at for scalping. But anyways, you guys want to go long on something that's crazy right now, I'll roll with it. You guys are still 80%, so let's just go ahead and do it. That's how we roll here. That's how we roll. All right, 50x, confirm, and then I ain't using much. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. All right, but it is my money. So it's a $5 trade. Ain't no biggie. Buy, do it. There it is. It's in. Let's go. All right. Death Shepherd. He said, I sold. Uh-oh. What'd you sell? Let me scroll down, see if I can find more of the combo. Take some profits on Bitcoin? Let me know in the chat, man. Let me know. All right. Cool. Let's go ahead and get this party started. We're going to get into some of the news and then get over to the TA because I know that's why you guys are here. First up, just in, Michael Saylor's MicroStrategy buys another 15,350 Bitcoin worth $1.5 billion. My man is buying the perceived top, right? So my guess is he doesn't think this is the top. All right. So, and I would say he has a lot of conviction, and I think that had a good influence on the market this morning. I think that was part of the pop is, retail kind of jumped in behind it. But we've seen it a couple times where MicroStrategy jumps in and they buy and the price goes down directly afterwards. So it was very interesting to see that the price did kind of jump. But hey, man, I mean, because I think most of what they buy is OTC, right? So that shouldn't, in theory, I think move the market via the exchanges. So that being said, I mean, MicroStrategy just keeps buying, man. And I think there was a breakdown on how much like they have and at what, rate. But that, I mean, they're silly in the profits right now. It's kind of crazy. I think it's risky though. It is risky to continue to buy. I would wait for some kind of pullback. That's what I would do personally. But here nor there, they believe, man. Michael Saylor has conviction, and that is what it's all based on. All right, over to this one. This one's just bananas. All right, so we talked about this last week. Had you bought Pudgy penguins when we talked about it last week? And I was not suggesting it, so I'm not sitting here saying, hey, I told you so. That was at about 100K. It is now valued over 133K. Wild. I'm not going to say NFTs are back, but some of them are, right? So this one has a little bit of utility, and, that's cool. And now the token is getting listed, which had an influence on the NFT. So it has kind of an ecosystem all tied in, right? That's something that I like to see when I start investing in things. It's like I want to see some kind of utility. That's a big thing for me. I don't like to arbitrarily, just kind of throw money at things. I like to see, something with it, right? That's why I like AVAX. For a while, that's why, I was talking about Matic because there was a lot of utility there. But that's just things that I personally like to look at. Ondo, that has some backing behind it. That makes a lot of sense too. So there you go. All right. Today, CryptoQuant reports that Bitcoin miner revenues are rising for the first time since the halving, reaching 47.6 million per day, levels not seen since 2018. So that is good news, right? You do want to see the miners be able to make money. That's a healthy market. That is good. And I'm sure Retro Mike Tech can, add a little bit of sauce there in the chat if he wants. But, I would like to see miners make money. That keeps people in the game. And, that just kind of keeps everything moving in the positive direction in my mind. Ultimately, I will say my theory, especially for Bitcoin, and we can kind of talk about this, is I think that institutions at some point are going to move in, right? I think they're going to take over some of the mining, especially for like proof of work, like Bitcoin, things of that nature at some point that I don't know if, they're going to continue to be profitable. So, we'll see. We'll see as price goes up. If we have that exponential move, then that's different, right? That changes the game. But, the halving, right? It just keeps getting you keep mining less and less and less. I think, places like BlackRock and some of those bigger institutions, they're going to treat it like a major corporation, like Apple. Like some of the things that they own are not profitable, but it completes their ecosystem, right? It keeps them in control of everything. And that's what I think is probably going to happen at some point, more so for like the major Bitcoin miners. I don't know, if that'll happen with all. I know it won't actually, because a lot of them are proof of stake. And, some of them, they have different ways of, changing the amounts or the halvings or how much people are going to get when they mine some of these projects. So some of them, it'll still be profitable. But that being said, FD, I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to you, man. One, I mean, how do you feel about Bitcoin miners actually being profitable? And then two, one thing that I do want to talk about that wasn't really covered in the news is, this tax plan that we keep hearing about, right? Like there's a lot of news about Trump and the new tax plan, how that's going to have an effect on the market and the tariffs. There's a lot of mixed reviews, and I'd like to actually hear your point of view on what you think the outcome will be for the stock market, because some people really think it's actually going to crush the stock market. So I would like to hear your input there.
Ooh, that's a lot.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
What was the first point?
One was just the Bitcoin miner revenues. They're finally profitable.
All right, that's good. That's good for the network. That's good for the protocol. That's good for the security. We love to see that. That's something that we want to see. We want these miners to be as profitable as possible, so they can have incentive to keep this network going and keep the network, secure and keep that hash rate up. So I think that's good. I think the price will continue to rise in the short term. And like you said, that goes into what's coming on with the with taxes and things like that. I didn't really go deep into it. So I seen a video. It's a guy named Clear Value Tax. He does a lot of good breakdowns on tax videos. It's a video he just put out either today or yesterday that I wanted to watch. So I'm not too sure exactly what.
One of the things that like he's proposing right now is getting rid of federal taxes, right? So on the outside, like from our perspective, we're like, oh, that's good, right? There's going to be definitely some positives and definitely some negatives, right? And one of the negatives that people kind of push towards is like, all right, well, it's probably not going to be great for the stock market, and the companies are going to have to pick up that bill, right? So the ones that are importing those goods, with the tariffs, that because that's the way he's going to supplement this money, is through tariffs, and so that's going to be a heavy burden on those that import. Either their goods or some of their product or a portion of their product. Apple, for example, right? They have some of their stuff built outside of the U.S. and then they ship it back or they import it back. So like little things like that, that burden is essentially, they say, going to push the price back to us. So we'll pay less in taxes, but we'll pay more in goods and not really services, just really goods. But I gotta be honest with you, I'm still kind of for it. Like, I don't know if it's just me sitting back and saying like, let's just see something different. Let's see some change and let's see how this works. Because, old school days, like that's how it was. Like there was none of this federal tax and, all the taxes that we have now. So I think it'll be a shock. I think that's the one thing that's going to happen initially. It's going to be a shock. Everyone's going to be like, not know what to do. But ultimately, like if we keep riding the course, I think it works out in our favor in the long run.
That's a good point that you made. A lot of things, not just with these taxes, it's a lot of things that they're trying to come in and just basically revamp and do. So they have to stick with it. That's the thing. Like they're gonna have to stick with these things. And if it comes in and the stock market, start losing money, these big entities, these billionaires start losing money, it's gonna be a problem. And usually when the people with money start, when people with the big money start to get upset, usually that they get what they want. So if it's something that they can stick with and stick it out, maybe it'll work long term. But that's what we need. We need long term solutions in this country. We keep getting these short term things and it's not working, and it just reverts back to old problems in different sectors, not just in tax and not just in what's going on around the economy. A lot of things around the around the country that we need to have good policies, good strategies, and stick with it, and let it, instead of just having new people come in and changing and changing and changing. So everybody needs to get on board with something and stick with it, because if not, then we're just going to keep going down and going down faster.
Yeah, so that's part of the issue, right? With the way our government is set up, because I feel like you get 4 years of something and it takes a long time to implement it. It takes a long time to figure it out. And then by the time you have it actually smoothed out and everything's running efficiently, you change it up. And then so there's no continuity, I think, with some of these, implementations that people are putting in place. But here nor there, man. I guess it'll be interesting to see something different. Doge, they're saying they're going to save, they are predicting they can save somewhere around $1.8 trillion or somewhere along those lines. So again, that'll be interesting.
You know what, man? I like Elon. I like the other guy. I like a lot of stuff. I think they're gonna come in and do it. And I don't think it's gonna work. I don't think they're gonna just come in and just start cleaning the house. I hope that they need to. I think they need to. But a lot of these things that they're like, we need to cut the things that we need to cut. The most that we need to cut, we can't cut, because that we crumble. So these little things, it's like, oh, okay, they're posting memes about it and doing this. I'm all for it. But I really don't know if it's might make a dent in it. But man, we so far along with this debt and this fiscal fiasco, I call it now, man. I'm not going to be a Debbie Downer. I hope they come in and do some, but I have to see it to believe it, man. It's a lot of promises being made. He also promised that he was going to come in and lower lower food and lower groceries and things like that. And then now he's saying it's going to be hard, which we already knew that. People who understand economics know you can't just come in as a president and make prices go down. It doesn't work like that. So, now he's saying that it's going to be a hard time to bring prices down. Like, we knew that. People who are privy to it knew it. But now, the average person is kind of figuring out, like, for every 4 years that politicians make a bunch of promises, and then we'll see what happens when they actually get in. But hopefully they come in and make a big difference, man, because we really need it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Hey, small shout out to Army Piper, man. Tomorrow, my old dude is gonna be 52. All right, so tomorrow, yeah, he's 52, going on 70. But happy birthday, dude. We appreciate you. Just want to give you a shout out. And you know what I got to do here.
The cream of the crop. Nobody
does it better. There it is. All right. So on that, go ahead.
Shout out to Piper, man. Piper is living the dream, man. A lot of 52-year-olds still out there working, still out there grinding, man. He can wake up, walk his beautiful dog, talk about crypto, and he put his time in, put his work in. He's definitely one of the smartest guys I know, man. So happy birthday to Piper.
Yeah, happy birthday, dude. We appreciate you. Hey, we got to do a little update here. Alrighty, I had to close it out. We got that switch over to a red candle on the high Kanashi. We were up 25.91%. The Nightcappers, I guess we'll call them, since that's what Wix White Fine 89 always call them. We'll call you guys Nightcappers. All right, you guys strike again. You're on a hot streak, man. 25.91%. Well done. Good job. Round of applause. Let's go. Y'all nailed it again. You nailed it again. All right. Let's go ahead and get over to our next segment here. You know who we got to bring up? Our dude, Mr. Elmer Fudd. All right. In the new world of not crypto related, but it is applicable to you because you probably have a house. All right, the U.S. housing affordability has never been worse. The annual income needed to buy the median value home in the U.S. has risen to a record of $109,564. This value has doubled in just 4 years. Currently, the median U.S. household income is $83,431, or $26,000 less than required. So here's a little chart on the Kabisi letter. You know it's the home of all the FUD I bring to you guys. But it's not great, man. It's not great. And the interesting part is, like, we've been looking, we're like, maybe we'll move, maybe we'll upgrade. We're priced out, man. Like, I mean, I'm making good money. Like, I'm not gonna say what it is out there, but it's good, all right? And we're priced out of our own home. Like, I wouldn't move into the home I'm in right now based on where the rates are and the price of it in combination. Like, it doesn't make sense because you don't want to use such a large portion of your monthly income to your house, right? Like, I mean, you don't want to be house broke. I know some people are about that life. I'm not. I like to live my life a little bit. I got kids. We want to have a little fun too. So that's what makes us happy. But yeah, man, it's crazy. It is crazy expensive out there. Are you seeing the same thing out there in Detroit?
Well, I haven't really been looking like in Detroit, but in like the surrounding suburbs and the surrounding areas.
You mean you don't spend like an hour a week on Zillow with your wife? Because mine is nonstop doing that.
So she's in the real estate game though. So she,
Yeah.
she's privy to that world. She's really, that's what she does, right?
Yeah.
So me personally, like, no, right. So right now, this house that I'm in is about to get renovated. So I'm looking to move next month. So I'm probably going to rent for like maybe like 4 or 5, 6 months somewhere else, like maybe some big apartment or something.
Okay.
And that's gonna hit. That's gonna cost a lot. But we are building. Eventually, we have the land and stuff we're gonna build, and I think when I was talking to like the contract people and the builders, they were saying, like when you build right now, it is better than just buying a home that's already there. A lot of times, you can get better rates, you can get a better deal when you're doing that. So I haven't really been in the market just looking at houses, but I have seen. I can just imagine like with everything still being up and still being kind of high. Interest rates still high. Look at I'm looking at the 10-year, the 10-year yield is still pretty high, sitting at 4.4%. We're still priced out when it comes to house price and when it comes to more the rate. So it's something that has to be fixed. But like I said, I don't see how it's going to be fixed unless we go into deflation, and they're not going to let us go into deep deflation. So everything is going to continue to go up. Assets are going to continue to go up. Houses, Bitcoin, stock market may get ebbs and flows, but it's all just going to, continue to go up. It's just how it's been since the 60s when Nixon took us off the gold standard.
Right on. Let's give a couple late shout outs here. I don't think I gave a shout out to Wick589. What's up, brother? Good to see you in here. Andrea's in the house. How you doing? Crypto Pollo, cluck, cluck, my dude. And then Buck said they're going to send us into a depression by doing it. I guess he's talking about the tariffs. Part for you, the Friday Night Lights results, man. Unfortunately, my soul has been pulled from my body. We lost on the last play of the game. The last play of the game, man, we lost. It was a great game, man. It was back and forth. Felt bad for the kiddos. Would have loved to pull that one out, but hey, we're gonna come back. What's up?
So I don't know if we talked about. I think Seth sent a super chat, and he sold. He said I sold. So I kind of did a little bit of backtracking of the chart. I mean of the chat, and I think he said he sold and he was probably good till the spring, man. So I think I'm gonna give him a congratulations, man. He took profits, something that most crypto traders don't do, crypto investors don't do. And this is why most people fail at crypto. It's all fun and games in the bull market. Everybody's making money. I mean, you could literally throw in money at anything and it'll go up. But most people round trip it, and most people don't make money, and then they come back, to another cycle. And that's why you see all these people coming back cycle to cycle. Even influencers, they come back cycle to cycle, and they still don't have a lot of money because they keep doing the same thing over and over again. You have to take profits in order for you to actually, be successful at crypto, unless you're just holding Bitcoin for the, duration of your life, which is understandable, or just holding it as like I'm doing now as a, store value or a bank account. So take profits, man. Shout out to Seth. I just wanted to go give him a personal shout out.
Yeah, right on, dude. We appreciate you. Thank you very much for the super chat. Much appreciated. And, thank everybody for being here really tonight. But yeah, it's an important note. And I think we've done a really good job on this channel talking about that. We've been very consistent in our message of have a plan, how you're going to lather in, how you're going to lather out, and then take profits. Like, sorry about that. At some point, like, you got to realize those gains. And, I tell a lot of people, I'll never be rich in this game. I had to tell my wife the other day. She was like, well, it's through the roof right now. I said, it is. It is. But, I just make consistent money every year. And I was making money in a bear market while people were kind of watching it go down. I was watching it go up in the bank account, but the thing is, I don't really long-term hold. So, I do have my little hodl position that I've been building this year, which it's been really good. It's worked out great, in terms of where I started it. But, and if you've been following the show, you guys saw the morning show when I started that. But, it's I guess a way that I've kind of been conservative and protected myself from the FTX fiasco, right? And I think we're good at this point with like Coinbase. I don't think we're gonna see that again. But it was just my way of being, ultra conservative, and so therefore I'm kind of content with making 10 to 15K a year. Kind of trading, doing swing trades. You guys know my big trade this year was at about 50K, worked that one up. And I told you when I was exiting as well, I missed a lot of the move, to be honest with you, in terms of, trading like a big swing trade. I took profits, right? Because we got to the top of some very, key areas for me. And so I can look back at this and like I can have, hindsight, we'll say. And I've talked about that with Cardano. I looked at that at one point. I was very upset at myself, but then, I got another opportunity. Cardano was sub 50 cents, I think like 30 some cents. And the opportunity was there again to get in. So we'll see, if Bitcoin pulls back, significantly or not. I think, it's kind of inevitable. You will see some kind of pullback or cool down, and you'll get that opportunity again. I believe. I don't know. Like, it's not going to be 13K Bitcoin again. I don't think we're going to see that. But, something realistic, like maybe coming back down to 50K or 60K makes a lot of sense. All right. Yeah. Keeping some bullish structure, shaking some people out. I think that makes a lot of sense. And then you can see where the liquidity is sitting at. And that's, I think, a big piece of the pie. I don't think they want to leave that liquidity behind. I think they want to grab it before they continue their upward trend. And then institutional investment too, right? They're going to want to get in for a cheaper price. I think that's kind of my big thing now is I look for those big areas of liquidity, and that's where I try to jump into some of these plays.
So I got one thing to say before we move on. Like right now, man, like Bitcoin, people see Bitcoin like 106, and a lot of people, especially Bitcoin maximalists. I'm sort of a Bitcoin maximalist, but I'm not. I'm also a realist. So right now, as the market goes along and as we start to move forward with all these big institutions, big entities coming in, and we talk about regulation, the landscape of the market of the space is going to change. We're going to have regulation coming in, and a lot of these coins, especially meme coins, of course, but a lot of these coins are not going to make it. But a lot of these coins will make it, and they're going to be here. That's the thing. They're going to be here. So now if you miss Bitcoin, I don't think it's going to be like, okay, maybe altcoins, we don't know if it's going to be here next cycle. We heard so many people saying that we don't know if these coins are not going to be here next cycle. 99% of all altcoins are going to die before next cycle. This next cycle, all the altcoins have come back for the most part, and we have more altcoins. So you have a lot more to choose from. And I think with the way the market is going and the way the space is going, I think a lot of these altcoins are going to stand the test of times, and you can start building positions at these points for long term. For a lot of these altcoins, you have to do your due diligence, and a lot of them are not set in stone. Like Dogecoin, XRP, I think Cardano, Ethereum, things that have been around for like cycle after cycle. I think those are kind of some that you can hold long term. The ebbs and the flows will be massive, probably still, but I think those are some that you can start building more long term analysis or long term plays with, as opposed to just Bitcoin. Like Bitcoin is at 106,000. Like everybody's talking about $1 million. That's only a 10x from here. That's less than a 10x from here. Like I'm a DJ in TradeFly. I know you don't want to get rich in crypto, but I'm trying to hit $1 million this cycle. So it don't have to be.
Yeah, it's not that I don't want to be rich. It's I'm just conservative, and I got burned. And when you get burned, you take that on as a lesson, and that's why I like to take the money a lot of times. If I'm not using it, I'll convert it to USD. And USD is backed by, I don't know how many banks now. It used to be like 7. on Coinbase, and that money will be FDIC insured. So if something were to happen to Coinbase, which I think we're good now, I think we're past that. But you got to think that was a real concern when FTX went down, Voyager went down, what was it, Celsius or something like that? That went down. So there was a bunch of exchanges that like people lost significant amounts of money on, and they got burned. So I was like, what is my plan here? Like, I want to be in crypto still, but like, how do I protect my money? Because I took that in now, and I was like, okay, rule number 1, protect your capital. All right, so that I took that very, very serious, and that was my way of protecting my capital, was converting it to USD. So I'd get in the market, I'd make my trades, I get out of the market, I put it in USD, and so that sucks, right? Because you're not collecting any of that interest on like USDC or anything staked. I did have some staked Ether that was kept, off of Coinbase, but other than that, like, I didn't really hold much for a long time. This year is actually when I've started feeling comfortable with holding again. Once BlackRock started using Coinbase as their custodian, I was like, all right, I think we're good here. Like, I don't think Coinbase is going to go down with BlackRock. It's backing. So that's when I got comfortable again, kind of DCAing in. But I didn't go heavy. I still prefer to kind of trade heavy, vice go in heavy on long position, or we'll say hodl positions. But
last so we can move on. My next thing as a crypto investor is, okay, when I first start coming on the crypto on this channel, Piper Academy, I remember the first episode I came on and I talked about when Larry Fink in July of 2023, when Larry Fink started going on his Bitcoin tour around CNBC and all those other ones. I said, okay, I'm all in. For the last 3-4 months, I talked about Ondo. I said, oh, BlackRock's behind Ondo. I'm going all in. Things like Dogecoin. I said, okay, Dogecoin, Elon Musk, this, that, Department of Government Efficiency. I'm going all in. So now what I'm looking at as a crypto investor, I'm looking like, okay, I'm stepping back, looking at all the coins, and I'm saying, which coin, because everybody's all in Bitcoin, all the big entities are Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. What are the next coins that all the big players are going to rush into? Once that is a path, that's the coin that I'm going to start jumping into for long term, because they're not trying to get in for just a cycle pump. They're looking long term. So I'm looking at what these entities, BlackRock, Vanguard, what are they looking at long term? And that'll be the ones that I get in. Let's say it is Solana or Sui or something like that. Solana's at $200. Sui's at what? Almost $4 or $5. Like, these things can really go exponential from here if big players start to get behind them long term. So that's really what I'm looking at long term. Of course, I'm gonna, like Piper said, he's gonna start taking profits in Q1. Me too, but I'm gonna start putting them in Bitcoin and of course in fiat when it comes to altcoins. And then I'm gonna be, like I said, looking to see for the future what is getting on those big players' radar, and then start building positions there.
Yeah, that's Ondo is I got a big holding for that. Cardano, I have a pretty sizable holding. Jasmy, actually. There was I had a call a while ago on the morning show, and I was like, hey, look at Jasmy. I think it's about to break out, and it's done phenomenal for me. I've held on to Jasmy for a while at this point. But yeah, man, I mean, other than that, there's not too many. I got into some Render. That actually beat my ass. That wasn't doing too well in comparison to everything else. Like, everything else was like hundreds of percents, and Render was not. Small thing in the chat though. I saw, can we trust USDT to keep our profits for a long period? There's a lot of people that do. There's a lot of people, but a lot of times too, you don't have to keep it necessarily on exchange all the time. You can convert things back and forth if you want, right? So, that's an option for you. But USDT is tried and true. All right. They have a sketchy background. They're not very transparent with their backings. That is all true. I will say that I personally prefer USDC because they are linked to Coinbase and they have to be a little bit more transparent with how that is actually backed, and they provide that information. And so for me, that's why I prefer USDC. That's just personal. And then, if you really want to keep it on an exchange, you can also earn interest on USDC while it sits on Coinbase. I think it's somewhere around 4%. So that's an option for you as well. But I would recommend, like, if you're going to hold something long term, if it's an option for you, pull it off the exchange. that's probably the safest bet for you, is to not keep it on exchange. That's really what it comes down to. All right, let's go ahead and move on. Let's get into the economic calendar, because we do have a lot coming up this week, and I will let Piper break all that stuff down for you. But Tuesday, December 17th, which is tomorrow, you got retail sales month over month. For December 18th, you got building permits, you got federal interest rate decision, FOMC economic projections, Fed press conference. For Thursday, December 19th, you got GDP growth rate. And then Friday, December 20th, core PCE, personal income month over month, personal spending month over month. So you got a lot of things that can really impact the market and create some volatility. All right. So understand that. I would say stay in tune with some of these numbers, the projections, and you got all the times right here. So, hey, Piper, by the way, I don't know if you know this, but you can actually turn this to dark mode. I'm going to teach you this because I don't know if I've ever seen you do it. Right here, there is a dark mode on the economic calendar, so you don't have to blind everyone. There you go. Don't say a Marine never taught you anything. All right, so tune in the morning show. Piper will break all that stuff down for you. And then Piper, member for 9 months, he said BGT book 1 through 10 NFT giveaway to one of our YouTube or Discord members. YouTube membership, 1 entry. Discord upperclassmen member, 2 entries. New Year's giveaway. There you go. That's big, man. That's big. I mean, it takes you a couple $100 to even mint. And that's only saying that you get every single one each time, right? So there was a lot of, I think, trading going around. So that's a cool giveaway. That's a really cool giveaway. So check that out. Definitely. And tune into the morning show. I'm sure he'll give you some more information there. All right. Let's go over to the crypto market cap. That's in at 3.62 trillion. That is down 0.31%. 24-hour trading volume is probably a decrease, which is surprising, actually. 186.98 billion, which makes for a decrease of 14.93% decrease. Bitcoin dominance is currently sitting at 55%. That's an increase of 0.12% over the day. And fear and greed index is at 78, which is greed. Not too surprised by that. Crypto bubbles, let's go over there. That looks like it is mostly up to date. BGB is up 12.3%. Virtual is up 7.4%. Andrea, I think you and Redman called that one. That one went through the freaking roof, by the way. Hope you were invested in it. Hype is up 13%. CRO is up 6.1%. Rune up 2.2%. FTN is up 4.4%. Everything else is kind of in the red. Cast not looking good. Flow, so that makes Retro Mike Tech happy. Flow is down 7%. Let's see. HNT is down 10.3%. Let's see. We got anything else? LDO is down 10.9%. Other than that, everything is somewhere around 5-ish or so percent. Maybe a little bit higher, but mostly red right now. Mostly red. So everything's kind of coming down off that high. It was a pretty big move for Bitcoin today. Alts tried to follow a little bit, but they really didn't get the move that you would expect with Bitcoin. And actually, on the downside of everything, on the backside, they actually seem to fare worse today for the most part, which is definitely an interesting setup there. So let's go over to the liquidation heat map. This is the 3-day for Bitcoin. You can see right now your liquidity, the hotspot is really down at about 102. 300. So 102,000, 350, 300 in that area is where you really start seeing some hot spots, but you do see some leverage positions coming in here, maybe some stop losses as well, right around 108, just over this latest peak. So, and some people are taking a little bit more conservative. That's what I did personally today. So I used the leverage that put me, actually, I want to say that my leverage put me up over 110. All right. I think it was closer to 111. Look, there's no liquidity up here to chase, so that's kind of how I placed my leverage for today. Didn't really work out great for me, but I mean, I won the trade, but it was only because I was getting out of the trade. That was because I just was not, I wasn't very confident that we were going to continue down in the short term. And I don't like to stay in trades overnight. Let's be honest, that's no fun. All right, let's zoom out a little bit on the liquidation heat map. I want to take a more zoomed out look. Let's just see if we have any changes here, because we did look at this, I think, last week, but I want to take a look again. All right, there you go. Yeah, so, I mean, if you're looking at this zoomed out, there is no more liquidity up here to chase. What does that mean for us? I mean, I've talked about it before. I think that could open up the door for a cool down or a reversal. But the interesting thing about this, looking at this, is like everyone's been shaking out on both sides. Look at this. I mean, it's pretty dark on the way up, pretty dark on the top side. Like, it doesn't typically look like this, right? You typically would see some liquidity building up here on these higher time frames, but the hottest spot on the map. So, when I said, hey, I could see it coming down to about 60K or so, this is why. All right. When you zoom out, this was my big play at 50K, 64,550 or so, 650, there you go, 60, we'll call it 65K. That's where the liquidity is. That's where the largest amount of liquidity is. There's definitely billions and billions of dollars worth of liquidity in this area. So that, I think it's a realistic possibility. So that's something you'll have to wait for probably for a long time. But, it's, everybody can sit here and say, hey, like the clock's right, twice a day. That's just one of those things, man. You could sit a position down here and just kind of wait for it. And that's kind of what I did before. So just hang out, relax, let it come to you. That's my big thing.
So that 102 area is looking like it's really the area that could be the area of interest.
On the shorter time frame?
On the short time frame.
Yeah.
It looks heated up. It looks very heated up. It looks very light on my end.
Yeah. So on a 3-day, yeah, there's a 102 area. So like if you're looking in the short time frame, there's two things to factor in, right? You zoom out and you're like, okay, there's no liquidity sitting over top of us. Check. Now you come down to the smaller time frame. Where's liquidity closest to price action? At least the bulk of the liquidity, yeah, about 102, 102.3, 102. I think is very much in play. That was kind of part of my rationale of taking a short, right? I was like, where's liquidity sitting at? Then I think I got scared out of my position a little bit, but it was no win, no loss really. $20, not worried about it. So, but yeah, I think 102 is very much in play. But what you want to see here, we talk about this a little bit, is you want to see this price action working its way down too. So that's when I get more confident about, are we going to go get this liquidity, is when you start seeing, some kind of structure that shows you that price action is working its way down. Right now, this trend right here is just up, consolidate, up, consolidate, up, consolidate. So, there's a couple people that are looking at, that as a pattern, right? I think Jason Casper was talking about that. It was coming out down to the platinum pocket, over and over again.
A very healthy uptrend.
Yeah, so 5 times it came down to the platinum pocket, bounced, and next leg up. That's what it's done. So until we break that pattern, I'm not going to fight against it, right? Taking any kind of large short position would be kind of silly. That's why I'm just kind of finding those little areas, and I'll take kind of a scalp intraday type trade. But I'm not going crazy with a big long or a big short position right now. Even though I think this is in play. So what you could do though is look for, let's go to the charts here. So we know 102 is kind of an area we're interested in. Let's go to the 4-hour. And what does that line up with? That's kind of important here. So you got a couple things I would say that are going to hold you up in the meantime, right? Like let's say, the Jason Casper thing holds up. Well, that's only going to bring you down to about 104 or 103. And then you have a trend line that it's been honoring, we'll say, you could argue it goes back to here, but let's start, 12 December. All right. So it's been riding this trend line all the way up. We broke through the value area high, we broke through the point of control, and then you got the moving average as well. So I think that is the 21, so that's kind of working its way up. Let's see where the dynamic reactor is. Dynamic reactor is working its way up. So like look at all this support that's underneath of us. You'd have to break down from that. That would be like where I'm like more confident. Like if we break this trend line, we break the moving average, then it'd be like, all right, cool. We're going to go grab that liquidity. But where do we find support? It's Confluence City down here, right? So if we break through, we grab that liquidity at 102. This is where I'm going to be looking, right? You got the previous value area low of the range. All right. You got the dynamic reactor. You got the point of control for money flow. You got the 200. So there's a lot of stuff lining up in this area. Obviously, you're going to want to take probably the top side of that. Dynamic reactor has just been absolute fire on the 4-hour. Look, wick off, wick off, wick off. Why would it fight against doing it again? I mean, it's hard to argue against that happening again until, that trend is broken. So for now, the trend is your friend till the end. I've been riding that for pretty much months now. So that's kind of where I would look. So where am I looking? One, we talked about the liquidity about 102, and that also would bring you down to the point of control, right? So I know Frankie Candles, right? He's big on those naked points of control, right? That's one of his big things is naked points of control. That would clear out the liquidity and give you a bounce at about 101.4, 101.5. All right, so that's logical. That would make sense. I'd be on board with seeing, some kind of price action off there. Let's go ahead and mark that. Let's move it up just a little bit here. There you go. And then let's go ahead and set an alert. Set an alert. Cool. Let's turn it white so it lines up with the point of control. Boom. All right. So that's an area you could look for a little bit of a bounce. And then I think that's the 50. So the 50 SMA would work its way up there, would be my guess. And even better is if we saw the dynamic reactor work its way up there, then I'd be like all in on that. But I think that's a good area for you guys to look at. In terms of like top side, right? Like everybody wants to know, and this is what I was talking about earlier when I did the intro, right? We've nailed this, like, right? The 382, we talked about that the day that I think we broke 100K. We were talking about 103 as that next area to keep an eye on. And then we got there on the show. We talked about it a little bit. We had a trend line kind of intersecting with the 382. Now, this is a fib extension, so you guys know what I'm working with here. And then the next leg up that we were looking at was 107. So 107 as well as a trend line that went back to 2021 and earlier was something that I was looking at. That's what this pink line is here. Coming across. So this it's not really horizontal because it actually goes back to the previous all-time highs. But that was something that I was looking at. What I was saying is all you can do is look for confluence, right? Look for some kind of confluence from historicals with a fib extension, tie that in. That's really all you can do when things get into price discovery. I mean, you can make an assumption if you want to, but I think this right now has played out quite well, right? We hit that first level, now we hit that second level, and we got selling pressure, right? So that tells me that, we're not the only people looking at this, okay? There's definitely someone else or other people looking at these levels and doing the same thing that we're doing. So what is that? Psychology of the market, right? So that's kind of what I'm looking at right now. Now, if you want to look at, let's say this is the pivot, and it's only an assumption, you're taking the low to the high of today. Go ahead and move that up just a little bit. Make it a little bit more accurate. Let's go to the hourly. All right, let's break this down a little bit more. Check this out, man. So you go down to the hourly, and look what it wicked off, the 0.5. That's a key area. When you're talking about continuing an uptrend, you want to see it come down to the 382 or the 0.5 and continue that move up and right. That was literally where I got out of the trade, is it came down to the 0.5. I saw some buying pressure coming in, and I was like, nope, I ain't messing with that. And if you look back left, what do you see? You see some resistance, right? So we flipped an area of resistance. We flipped it into support. That had confluence with the 21 moving average. It had confluence with the 0.5. And I was like, yep, good enough for me. I'm not going to continue to follow this one. What I should have done is flip the trade into a long, is really what I should have done. But I didn't feel like watching it anymore, to be brutally honest with you. So that is a few things that I'm looking at for Bitcoin here, and we'll say, more of the short term. Not going to get too tied into it because we are already pushing time quite quickly. So I'm going to push it over to FD and let's see what he's got for you.
So you pretty much covered the short term. So we'll go a little bit more long term to my phase lines, and I got a target. So the more time that we spend, going up and going this way and not touching, not coming up here, the higher the price is going to continue to go. So I do have a price target of about 112. And this, my phase lines are just pulls from swing highs and swing lows from back. So this is just something that I've been playing with, something that I've came up with. So I am targeting somewhere up here around this 112 to 113 area, and as we go along, this is just an upper sloping trend line. So that'll keep, going up as long as time goes along. So however long it takes is the price target that I'll be looking at. So I want to see if we do come here and have some sort of reaction to the top of this trend line. But ultimately, I do have, and I made a video a little bit earlier. Hopefully, I got my point across a little bit because I was sick. I do have this is my line that I'm really my target. This is my lower end bull market target. This is it. So this is the lowest that I think this bull run will top out, and this is coming in. Let me see, what month would this be? This month would be at. So if we came up here, this is December. So if we pulled this out, let's just say we just pulled this out to like, let's go to the daily. We can get a little bit better representation of what we're looking at. Sorry, I should have had this a little bit. So yeah, somewhere in the 120s, high 120s is what I would be looking at for the lowest. I think that we're going to go for a top, because I do have a Q1 thesis of everything starting to come back down at the end of Q1 or starting to go into Q2, maybe a little bit into Q2. So I think if we can break this level, it depends on how long this takes. So if we just start, let me just delete this. And this is just a thesis. This is just something I'm playing with. Don't take it, to the bank. So let's just say we start to, maneuver. We finally get back up above here. We 116, 120. So if we just go along January, I think anywhere between this 125, 130 area, like it just depends on how long it takes us to get up there. But my thesis is we do run into December, Santa Claus rally, and we start to, taper out. And then this is when altcoin season really starts. I think altcoin season, Ethereum is going to lead the charge with altcoin season. Right now, we are trying to break that $4,000 level rather. So I think Bitcoin is in a good position right now. We can come down. We have a lot of support below us. And look at this. Look at this TradeFly. It's coming in at 102. My blue phase line is coming in right where we talked about that those liquidation that on that liquidation.
Yeah, where the liquidity's sitting. Makes a lot of sense. So that's again like confluence, right? That's what you want to see. You want to find, all right, you're finding a trend line. You're looking at a naked point of control. You're looking at liquidity. So like there's a lot of things lining up in an area, and that's what I like to see, man. That makes me interested.
Yeah, so this goes back months and months and months, possibly since the beginning of the bull run, but we don't have time to go over it right now. We'll go over it possibly tomorrow. But this is what I'm looking at, and this is just what I've been going off of my phase lines. I want to see how it works out for me personally. I don't, suggest anybody take this, like I said, take it to the bank and use this. But this is what I've been using, and it's been pretty much playing out. And it even, a lot of people were talking about that CME gap. I don't think we're going to hit that anytime soon. Sorry about that. So I think we're going to continue our way up going into Q1, and then I think that's when we're going to start getting altcoin season. That's when this is when I'm going to start swinging for the fences. This is when I'm going to start taking profits from some of these altcoins that I think if I 10, 20, 30x, and then start taking a little bit of profit out and start putting them in coins that have like really low market cap and start trying to hit home runs. Because I think it's gonna maybe the first half of the bull run will be coming to a conclusion. And this is just what I'm thinking. We could go into a super cycle where we don't even come back down. But this is just what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take profits in Bitcoin, take profits in fiat. I think Piper talked about it starting to take 10% here and there, and then I'm gonna start taking small profits, maybe $500,000, and put it in coins with like low market cap, like 100, 200, $300 million market caps, in good sectors, good narratives, and seeing if those can do something. Once I'm really content of how much I made, then I'll have a little bit more to play with or gamble with, so to say. So that's just my strategy. I'll lay it out a little bit more clear as the weeks go along. I think we have a few more weeks to get some good strategies in. But I think Q1, man, I think everybody should get ready for Q1. I think it's going to be a fun time. I think, those XRP numbers, everybody's talking about $5, $6, $7, $8. I think that could come. I think Ethereum could double. I think, AVAX could double. Solana could make a move to $500, $600. I think, SUI make a move to $10. Like, I think that's when the Q1 going into Q2, maybe a little bit into Q2, I think that's the time when these coins are going to start doing that. So that's what I'm really looking forward to.
Right on. Cool. Let me update this real quick. Let's see here. All right. There we go. Did it fix it? All right. Let me give you a just a quick thing for Solana. So we've talked a little bit about that. All right. You see the structure right now. So you see this huge range that it was in for quite some time. But a couple things I want you to look at here. All right. So we're breaking down some of the moving averages. 382, we got a nice bounce off of that. That's what you want to see if you have a bullish trend. 382, 0.5, you know, less so, but 382 is really that one, ideally, that you come down to, get a bounce and start making your move up and right. That's what you like to see. So that's about 205. And what does that coincide with? A psychological number of 200, right? So keep that in mind. And it's also a horizontal level. If you go back here to March of 24, look, you had kind of a double top there. It broke down. But it's a big, big area to hold. All right. You want to hold that area at 205. What is this big, the Bitcoin logo, the green logo I'm looking at right now? Well, it's where I see confluence. All right. I see confluence here. You have horizontal levels of what was resistance. You want to see that act as support. You also have the 0.5 on the fib retracement, and you have the dynamic reactor all lining up in one spot. So if the 382 breaks down, I want you guys to keep this, mark it on your charts. $187 around there, I would say would be a nice little area to look for some price action. I'm not saying that's where we're going. I'm not saying where, we're going to get the big bounce off of there. We'll keep the market structure, but you could get a little scalp there. You could get an intraday type trade because I think you'll see some price action with all of those things kind of lining up, right? So that would be a nice little short-term play on Solana. Wanted to throw that out to you guys just so you had something to work with. What I'm looking at for Cardano right now is really $1. If you go back to the previous cycle, we've talked about this a couple times, $1 psychological number. You can see you're getting that wicks, you're getting that buying pressure coming in, and it's not really trying to close underneath of $1. We could see something similar. If we keep this trend, if we keep consolidating for Bitcoin or keep continuing up and right, do not be surprised to see us interacting with $1 quite a few times for Cardano if it does break down. Again, I do want to give you some areas to look at here. And, this one, I'm going to skip the 0.5, all right? The area that I really like to look at, and it's going to break hearts and you guys aren't going to like it, is really where the golden pocket is, okay? The golden pocket is where you're seeing the confluence, all right? You have a horizontal level of support. You have the dynamic reactor. There's just a lot lining up there as well as the golden pocket itself. Okay, so I would say look at that. About 70 cents or so for Cardano would be a nice little area to scoop up some more. Not saying it's ever going to go there, but if it does, that would be a nice entry, right? So keep that in mind. You can see how this kind of played out. You've seen this quite a bit on some of these altcoins, at least, right? You had this major uptrend, and then as soon as it broke out, it broke down, all right? And then it came down to 382. So hopefully it keeps that structure. I would prefer that it keeps the structure, just so you know, but I wouldn't be surprised to see a little bounce off $1, before we see some continuation up and right. So again, just a prime area for you to sit and wait, have a little limit order there, kind of hanging out for funsies. But that's a couple key levels I want to give to you guys on the way out of here. So that being said, it is 6:08 my time. Sorry, that's 9:08 your time, and we are gonna start wrapping this one up. Unless FD, you got anything else for the people on the way out?
I'm gonna go to bed, man.
Yeah. We're both sick. We're like powering through here. We do it for you guys. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys being on tonight. It is definitely, the highlight for me, being able to provide some value for you guys. It's cool. It's cool we get to do this. But that being said, yeah.
I look forward to it. I definitely look forward to it, man. This is a highlight of my crypto. I have a great crypto career, great crypto, life, but this is definitely the highlight.
Yeah, it's a blessing for sure. All right, we're going to get out of here. You guys have a great night. Trade safe, be safe, and we are going to see you again tomorrow. We're out of here.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range, cause I grind through to the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, go.